Hey y'all, Lost Man R35 coming at you from Two Guys Reviews, and technically this is episode 7 of my road to prestige. But more importantly, what I wanted to talk about today was the PDW-57. The PDW is a submachine gun, and it is based off of a futuristic version of the P90. If anybody is familiar with the P90, that is the submachine gun in Modern Warfare 3 with the top-loading magazine similar to this one, and it is a 50 round magazine that kind of loads sideways. So, in the meantime, in the beginning here, I was just showing our full team finally got assembled since it is Saturday. We actually do have even more players than this, but these are some of the Two Guy Review family that decided to join in on the fun, and we are playing hardcore kill confirmed on Turbine. We've recently become quite a fan of hardcore, but we also do like to play other game types as well. Now, getting back to the PDW, let's break it down. The actually what PDW stands for is Personal Defense Weapon. There's several different PDWs out there. The MP7 is considered one of those, and they're generally used for things like, oh, I don't know, Secret Service would have something like this under their coats, or like an MP7, or anything along that line. Like back when Reagan got shot and the Secret Service dude busted out a Newsie, that's actually considered a PDW as well. So it's something that can be concealed, and it's also issued to troops that they generally get PDWs of some sort that are not on the front lines, but they don't need an assault rifle for the range, but they need something very aggressive to defend themselves with, and a PDW fits that perfectly. So they'll often be carrying P90s or MP7s, MP5s, something along that line. And Special Forces also use this when they're raiding buildings. MP5s, MP7s, PDWs. The most famous PDW not in 2025, but in our date, is the one that is made by Knights Armament, and it's actually called the Knights Armament PDW, which also shoots the 5.7 millimeter FN round, just like the 5.7 pistol shoots the 5.7 round. And it's that is in itself probably the very definition of a personal defense weapon. So, how do I recommend using this gun in this game? Well, actually, I wouldn't recommend using it on this map, even though I am. And what I'm basically doing right now is I'm holding down this particular building while the rest of the team is trying to flush them towards me. I do not want them getting this particular building in their possession, because this is one of those big choke points. If the team gets into this particular building or the one on the other side of the map, then you have yourselves a big problem. So I do go down a couple of times in the beginning of this, and I did prestige this once already, and I'm slowly getting my rank and all my camos and everything back from when I was over at PS3, and I still go on PS3 from time to time, but not nearly as often, because the whole Two Guys Review family seems to be pretty much on Xbox. Not to mention that, but all the downloadable content comes out fairly quickly on Xbox, as opposed to PS3 where you have to wait like an extra month in between. But for this particular gun, I would recommend a smaller map. This gun is a beast on hijacked. It's a beast in close quarters combat. But for like range, like I never played this map this way. This is like just me straight camping in this one building for the most part. And I do go venturing off from time to time, but for the most part, I'm sticking to this one building because I don't want it to be in their possession. But basically, what you really want to do is use this weapon in close quarter situations. So, hijacked, drone, overflow, and apparently we're migrating hosts right now. That's something that I noticed happens a lot more on 360 than PS3, and I've also noticed that there's actually more players of Black Ops 2 on PS3 than there is on Xbox 360. Not that much of a difference, but it's pretty staggering sometimes. Like a Saturday night usually would have about 700,000 plus people playing Black Ops 2, and a Saturday night on Xbox is about 600,000, 500,000, somewhere around there. I haven't seen it get any higher than that, but that's just me. I just got an Xbox 360, so I might be completely wrong about that. Like, I'll sign on right after I'm done doing this commentary, and I'll find out that there's like, 1.5 million people playing it right now. But yeah, this is the weapon's strong suit, and I don't know how that guy didn't die from the bouncing Betty I laid down there, but this is the kind of playstyle that you really need to do with this gun. This is great for rushing or holding down areas, and because of its 50 round magazine size, it really holds its own. It kind of bridges the gap. Say you're like an assault rifle or a light machine gun fan, but you want that one weapon that you can just fly around with and rush and take people out. This is the weapon to go to. Besides the MSMC, which I'm going to get to shortly after I prestige this twice and get it up to gold. It's going to be the very next one I'm going to go to, but uh, the uh, the overall performance, plus the fact that you start off with like 150 rounds, plus 50 in the magazine already, and you could get up to like I think it's like 350 rounds plus 50. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, and that's without an extended mag or any of that nonsense. Right now, I'm running it bare because I literally did just prestige this. Usually, I do run it with a laser and a silencer, or if you do want to use this as a ranged weapon, I recommend the target finder because there is a little bit of a zoom to that as well. It's not the greatest at distance, and Tack got booted out of this party, and he was pissed. Oh, he was pissed. He's like, I'm gonna write Treyarch, and I'm gonna freaking write him a letter. And I'm like, hey, whatever you want to do, but it is hardcore. They don't call it softcore. He wound up killing, I think, one or two people and getting booted. I've gotten booted for killing a friendly once. I actually killed Wildland by accident. I think that's actually right here. He comes flying through this door, and I just blasted him. So sorry about that, but it's hardcore. It happens. Yeah, my bad. Right now, all you hear is me going, "Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were coming through there." But yeah, eventually I get my groove on in here. Of course, this being just like an average match for me, I went 13-6. Um, Again, that's a very average number for me. Last night was a horrible, horrible night. It was just, I think we played 4 games in a row as a team and we lost. It was horrible. Like my KD dropped by like half of what it was, and it wasn't much to begin with because I'm just starting out on 360. So I was mad. I just rage quit. I was like, all right, I've had enough of this, and I just completely backed out of the game. But here we go. I got a UAV rocking now, and this is one of the reasons why I love running the UAV, especially on hardcore, because now I know I can see, where people are on the map. Most of the time, people don't use like Cold Blooded or Blind Eye or any of that stuff whenever they're playing hardcore because UAVs are the only way you can really see that radar. So most of the time, they all show up on the map, and I know that there's a guy who's going to come right through this door, and he's going to come through right about now. There we go. Now, I died in the process, but I still got my Hellstorm missiles out there, so. Only guy, I find that I'm hit and miss with Hellstorm missiles. Like, either I'll get maybe 1 kill, or I will get, like, 4, 5, 6. Like, it's weird how that works. I'm just waiting for my care package to drop, and I tried to roll this one. I didn't want the death machine, but for whatever reason, it wouldn't let me roll it. So I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to wait around and get myself killed, so I'll just pick up the death machine. I get a couple of kills with the death machine. But yeah, this is the gun that you want for this because you could just, 1, 2 shot people from across the entire map. Like, I don't know how this guy didn't die. I did get a hit marker on him, but I was like, oh my god, I just lit up the whole freaking building with that thing. I guess accuracy is not its specialty. But getting back to the PDW, yeah, this is not exactly the map I would use it on. Actually, I prefer to use anything from an assault rifle or a light machine gun on this particular map, and I'm starting to get into the light machine guns, believe it or not. It's something I've never done in any of the other Call of Duty games because I consider them to be too slow. You move too slow with them, and you're just all weighted down and everything. But I'm starting to get um, very much used to having that extra weight and moving around with them, and they actually made them a, a little bit more powerful at range. So they're quickly becoming a go-to weapon, and I was just making sure there wasn't anyone in that room before my team got in there. And yeah, on this particular map, I love using the FAL on this map, as you've all seen the gameplay of the FAL. I love using basically any kind of assault rifle. I'm not a sniper fan. I never will be a sniper fan. I don't have the patience for it. Call it ADD, call it whatever you want. I may give it a try here and there, but I've never been a sniper fan before, and I don't really foresee myself being one now. And besides in hardcore, I think sniper rifles are a cheap ass way to get kills. Requires not too much skill. But here we go. I was back on a roll again. We wound up winning the match. Unfortunately, Tack got booted, so I don't know how well he did. But I believe and the kill cam was the only person who wasn't on our team. So we had 5 people. Then he was our pickup, and he went like 4 and like 20. And he gets the final kill cam. But that's the way it rolls. Judas did good. Looks like Sergeant Davis was on top as usual. Usually our #1 player, but not all the time. And for this episode, this is Lost Sandman saying peace out.